touchback. The ball is down on a touchback. First down and 10 for the Eagles on their own 20. Pass to Johnson, complete. Number 18, Joel Keene on the tackle. Be second down and 3, second and 3 at the 27. Wiles on the keep. Number 4, Brant Johnson on the tackle. First down Eagles on the 31-yard line. First and 10. Pass intended for Johnson, overthrown. Second down. The Wood River volleyball team will travel to St. Paul next Tuesday, Halloween night, for sub-districts. The girls will play at St. Paul at 7 and again at 8. Robinson on the carry. Number 44, Mike Keene. Number 74, Jason Keene on the tackle. Gain of 3, third and 7 at the 33-yard line. Third and 7. Johnson, the pass complete to Johnson, taken out by number 17, Chris Rice. A gain of 2, the fourth down and 5, fourth and 6 on the 35. Rice and Rice on the carry. Castaneda and Curtis on the tackle. First down, Minden on their own 43. Johnson on the carry, on the pitch. McDowell on the tackle. Second down and 3, gain of 7. Right on the mid-stripe. Number 44.
3 Eagles to knock him down, but it appears this play is going to come back, as there was a flag at the beginning of the play, and now, Steve, we have a flag thrown at the end of the play, so the officials have some work to do right now. The initial flag, the first flag was we had one of the running backs in motion for illegal procedure. And yeah, we had a late hit on Wood River as Mike Keene just would not go down. He got the football and was running tough off the left side. And the referees talking to Wood River captain Chad Wiles. Their defense, he is one of the safeties in their defense. They run a 5-2 look, and then they have 4 defensive backs. And now Philip Christensen sauntering around the 50-yard line. He wants to know what's going on. It will be Wood River's choice, since that penalty on them is not going to count because Minden had a legal procedure, and that stops the play. So it's going to back Minden up 5 yards, and they are going to lose some of the yardage they picked up on first down. Referees will mark it off from the 50. And this is, I got to admit, Steve, I was wrong here. They backed off the yardage on Minden back to the 45, and then they tack on the penalty from Wood River. So in fact, that was a 15-yard gain by Minden, and it moves the football to the Wood River 40-yard line. That was a good break because it looked like they was going to negate that long run. They would have lost their 12 yards. So yeah, Minden really picked up the yardage. That's where Keene was after he was initially tackled. So Minden into Wood River territory on their first drive. First and 10, Wood River 40-yard line. Chris Reese split out to the right side. Philip Christensen give left side, running inside traffic. Right between the tackles was Mike Keene. Keene able to pick up close to 3 yards. Making the stop for Wood River in there was Aaron Robinson along with David Kavanaugh. Picked up 2.5, call it 3-yard ball on the Wood River 37-yard line. 9:35 here in the first quarter, and we have a stoppage of play, an official's timeout. One of the Minden players having some equipment problems. They get that corrected, and the official restarts the clock. Right now, it looks like Minden's going to test the center of that Wood River line. They certainly thought they could run it between the tackles tonight. Play action pass. Christensen rolling to his left. Beanoff's open. Fires a pass. And it's incomplete at the 25-yard line. It deflected off Ty's hands. He had an excellent chance to catch that football. Then Sean Wagner, the starting quarterback for Wood River, was almost able to make it. So the incompletion will leave the 3rd and 8. Call it 3rd, 7.5 situation. I was kind of surprised they were going to pass there because it looked like they're going to test that center again on the play fake. On the run fake there. So a big 3rd down for Minden. 3rd down and 8. The Wood River 37-yard line. They need to have some success early on the offense. Wishbone said Christensen rolls to his right, steps up the screen left side. Brent Johnson has it. Eludes the tackler. 40, 35, 30. Runs tough and he dives down just around the 31-yard line before it was tripped up by Sean Wagner. That play did not look in the beginning of it like it was going to go for too much yardage. Phillips' pass was a little low to Brent, but Brent receive it on the left sideline, moves the football down to the Wood River 31-yard line, so it's 4th down and 1.5 for Minden. And they are going to go for it from the Wood River 31-yard line. Hash mark left side, tied in left, split out right side. Christensen, option play, takes it past the 30, and he's going to be wrapped down at the 25-yard line, but he picks someone up for a first down. Christensen, option play or left ball or a quarterback sneak, may have been able to pick up enough for the first down, but Minden ran it wide to the left side. There was only one man there. Philip with a great job of faking the pitch, turned that field, picked up 4 yards. Ball moved down to the Wood River 26. First and 10 Minden. 4-man look from Wood River. Christensen ought to give right side Brent Johnson. Rooney gets blockers, then he gets stacked up at the 25-yard line. Hitting him hard was Chad Wiles. The safety came up and made the stop. Wiles there, I'm going to call him free safety, but he's made a lot of tackles this year for Wood River. In fact, 2nd on the team in tackles. So not only is he a great quarterback, but he's also a very strong defensive player. They say Brent was able to pick up 2 yards, moves it down to the Wood River 24-yard line, 2nd down and 8. Tied in left side, Wishbone look behind Christensen, option play right side, Phillip turns upfield, and he's able to take the football to the 21. Short gain of 3 yards, 3rd down will be up awaiting the Minden offense. I'm Jason Jorgensen along with Steve Beckman. Glad you could tune in to KUVR's coverage of Whippet playoff football. The Whippets tonight, if they are successful, will play the winner of the Cozad 3rd and 6 from the Wood River 22-yard 30-yard line. Hash mark left side. Minden, traditional wishbone look. Phillip wants to throw the football. Has time, steps up, fires down, and the pass is caught. Chris Reese inside the 5-yard line. Dives for the end zone, and he's going to be denied about at the 1-inch line. And Steve, a great catch by Chris Reese. Phillip had fired it down the right side, and Reese went up high and snagged it.
Good catch. There's under a lot of pressure. The quarterback threw a tremendous pass. They were right on top of him as he let go of that one.
It was a gain of 22 yards and make it first and goal from the Wood River 1-yard line. Minden lines up, tied in left side. Joel Keene is the wide out on the right side. Christensen, option play. He's going to try to get into the end zone, and he's able to squirm in there. Touchdown, Minden. Philip Christensen on kind of a half option play. It was designed to go to him the entire time. He took it upfield, gained the 1 yard, and Minden is on the scoreboard with a nice 57-yard drive. Started at their own 43-yard line. They were helped out by the Wood River penalty, and Philip Christensen takes it over the goal line from 1 yard out. Minden with a 6-0 lead. And on to try the extra point for Minden is Paul Heath. Heath, the senior kicker, who's done a great job this year. The snap's a little high. Heath be able to get his foot into it. Great job by Philip Christensen of setting the snap down. So at 6:59 left in the first quarter. So with at 7, the Eagles nothing. We're back after this 30-second timeout on KUVR. Yep. Okay, Jerry, am I off? Okay. Am I too hot? Is my voice too hot on there? Okay. All right. Paul Heath kick from the Minden 40-yard line, fielded at the 1 by Wiles. Wiles return off the right side, has it past the 20, able to elude a couple of whippets, then takes it out near the 23-yard line, and in there on the tackle was Paul Heath at 280 pounds. You talk about a wedge buster, Steve. You like that when you have a kicker that makes tackles, especially when he's 280 pounds.
He puts that full 280 pounds behind that ball. He really boots it downfield there, and be a good punter to have making your tackles.
Ball at the Wood River 23-yard line, trailing 7-0. 6:44 left in the first quarter. Wiles wants to throw, rolls to his left, has all day, lobs one up down the left sideline, and the catch is at the 37-yard line. Great catch by Sean Wagner, and Chad Wiles really showed the touch there. He fired that football about 25 feet in the air, just a timing route. All touch pass, threw it over Chris Reese, who had pretty good coverage on Wagner, and Wagner was able to snare it at the 27-yard line, or 37, make that gain of 14 for Wood River. Ball has been advanced out to the 38-yard line. Split backs behind Wiles, has a flanker on the right side. Toss sweep right side, Robinson. Robinson with some room going laterally. Now he's going to be wrapped up near the 41-yard line. Picked up a short gain of 3 yards. Initially, it looked like he would have more yardage than he did, but Jason Keene, the defensive tackle for Minden, along with Ty Beanoff, ran him down. They say officially he picked up 3 yards, so it's going to be second down and 7. And we have an official's timeout as Robinson has some trouble with his gear. Replacing him for Wood River will be David Mead. Mead replaces Robinson. Really, the bulk of the rushing this year has been done by Wiles until last week when Robinson had the big game. Second and 7, Wood River 41-yard line. Split backs behind Wiles. Wiles goes to his left, tough takes, now throws deep down the left sideline. Nathan Johnson was open, and he drops the football at the 30-yard line. He was streaking down the left side. Philip Christensen and Chris Reese was there, but once again, a pinpoint pass by Chad Wiles.
It was just a little bit underthrown. He overran the ball, but it would have been a good race if he'd caught it.
Johnson dropped the football at the Minden 30-yard line. Minden needs to find a way to get some pressure on Chad Wiles. He's yet to be pressured yet. So the incompletion leaves Wood River 3rd and 7 from their own 41. Quick look, Wiles throws the football. It's caught by the tight end. He's inside the 40, 35-30, 25-20. Kavanaugh's rushing with the football. Minden won't be able to get him in Chad Wiles took 3 steps off the line, then fired the pass to his tight end. Check that. I had it as Kavanaugh. Was their other tight end, Adam Krolikowski. Krolikowski caught it underneath the Minden coverage, and then just turned on the jets and outran everybody.
Yeah, it was. It looked like he was down on the 1-yard line. His knee did go down, but he did go in. But it was a foot race to that goal line.
Tony Navratil will be on for the extra point attempt for Wood River. Wiles will hold. The snap is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So Wood River answers with the big play. They have the 59-yard strike from Chad Wiles to Adam Krolikowski, and with 5:48 left in the first quarter, the Whippets and the Eagles are tied up at 7. We're back after this. You're listening to Whippet Football on KUVR. Yeah, Jerry, we off? Okay. This is going to be a shootout, man. Yep. By Navratil was taken by Mark Peterson, one of the upbacks from Minden. He fielded at his 40-yard line, heads right up the right hash mark, and moves the ball out to the 41. So the second time in as many opportunities, Minden will start a drive with excellent field position. Started their first drive at the 43. That ended in a 1-yard touchdown run by Philip Christensen, and now they will start just 2 yards shorter from their, or a little bit longer from their end zone at their own 41.
It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to stay with the running attack or passing. Minden's been mixing it up really well.
First and 10, Minden, 41-yard line. Wishbone look behind Christensen. Wants to run the option, now gives to Beanoff. Beanoff breaking outside, 45. Stiff arms the man, gets past Chad Wiles, and is ushered out of bounds inside Wood River territory, out at the 49-yard line. Nice gain and close to 10 yards by Ty Beanoff. Had he been able to stay in bounds, he had cleared all the defenders, but he was angling toward that way and couldn't put on the brakes and stay in bounds. Good play by Minden on first down, and they say that was just enough for a first down. He picked up 10 yards. Officially, they will spot the ball at the Wood River 49-yard line.
It looked like they was going to try to center again, but then that play was designed to go through the center off tackle, and he went ahead and broke it to the outside.
First and 10, Wood River 49-yard line. Minden strong to the left side. They give to Mike Keene. Keene's able to find a nice crease right up the middle, exploits it, past the 45-yard line, down to near the 42. Nice pickup of 7 yards before the inside linebacker, Aaron Robinson, was able to put him on his back. Clock continues to move here. 5:03 left in the first quarter. We kind of expected a shootout because both the first quarter, that's what we've seen. Second down and 4 for Minden, and they're going to give the football to Mike Keene, and Keene has stood up. Here's the line of scrimmage, trying to head off the right side, but in there making the tackle for Wood River was Robinson along again. He also had some help from his nose tackle, Luke McTavish. So officially, Mike Keene loses 1 yard, and it will move the football back to the Wood River 44-yard line. Still not a bad situation for Minden. Third down and 5. Keene is a split in on the right side. Minden out of the wishbone. Option play, right sideline. This time Phillips can't get away. He's able to struggle forward up to the line of scrimmage. But making the tackle on him was linebacker Brad Horde. And this drive for Minden appears to have ended as they have a 4th down and 5 situation as Phillips was only able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Minden sends in the punt team. Mike Keene will accept this snap, stand at his own 42-yard line. Back to receive it for Wood River, drifting back to his own 10 is Chad Wiles. Snap to Keene is a good one. Gets his foot into it. High kick. Sails into the October air. Wiles will let it go. Ball bounces at the end line, bounds into the end zone, and a touchback for Wood River. So Keene will get a punt to 44 yards, but will only get 24 yards on it after they subtract the 20 yards that Wood River will receive on the touchback. This will be the 3rd time Wood River has touched the football. They've started drives at their 20, 22, and 20-yard line. On their last drive, they scored on a 49-yard touchdown pass from Chad Wiles to his tight end, Adam Krolikowski. Split backs behind Wiles. 1st and 10, looks to his left, now guns it right side, and the pass is nearly intercepted at the 25-yard line. Climbing the ladder was Joel Keene. He was matched up one-on-one on the wideout on that side, Sean Wagner. Pass is incomplete, 2nd down and 10. It's odd that Wiles will look Wagner's way. This season he has completed almost 70% of his passes to Nathan Johnson. Johnson has just had a huge year, has already made a couple of catches on Minden. What really stung Minden was as they threw it to the tight end. Most of this year, they've not looked his way. On 2nd down and 10 from the 20, split back, little inside trap play to Aaron Robinson. He's shackled and dropped near the line of scrimmage. Submarining in there to get him was Jason Keene, along with some help from Ryan Nelson. Minimal gain by Aaron Robinson. It's going to be 3rd and 9.5, awaiting the Wood River offense. Robinson a week ago had a huge game against Gibbon. 11 carries, 220 yards, and 5 touchdowns. In fact, he scored on the first play of the game. He's carried the ball 2 times tonight for Wood River. Been lucky to pick up a yard on each time. 3rd and 10 from the 20. Wiles rolls to the right, wants to throw, now throws across the middle, and the pass is going to be intercepted quickly. Reese returns it off the right side, 25, 20, inside the 15, and he's knocked it around to the 10-yard line. And it's no surprise to see Chris Reese coming up with an interception. It's like the guy's got stickum on his hand. Remember the old Oakland Raiders with Lester Hayes back in the 70s? When there is a ball that's tipped or interceptable, Chris Reese has made those catches all year long. His 7th interception on the season, and it moves the ball to the Wood River 10-yard line where Minden starts this drive. A great break with 2:51 left in the first quarter. Tight end left side, Christensen. Option play right side, got some room, and he's going to be knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. And he did fumble the football. Wagner came out and put the pop on him. But they say Phillips fumbled the football after he was down. And of course, in any league of football, the ground cannot cause a fumble. Phillips, however, did lose 2 on that carry.
They really strung him out on that play. They're lucky they just didn't have another turnover right there because there was a lot of Wood River players around that ball.
Minden needs to capitalize with a touchdown here. A great break picking off Wiles and returning it to the 10 moments ago. 2nd down and 12 from the 12. Christensen to give to Mike Keene. Keene shedding tacklers and takes the football down to near the 9-yard line. So he picked up with Christensen lost, then gained about another half a yard. Putting the stop to him at the 9-yard line was the quarterback David Mead. Mead was able to fight off blockers. So 3rd down and 9 for Minden. At the 10-yard line. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. This time they send J.D. McCauley wide out to the right side. First time we've seen him split. Christensen wants to throw the football. He's under pressure. I'll lose one man. Phillips loose. Now pump fakes, and it's going to be sacked back at the 15-yard line. It was well played by the linebacker, Brad Horde, and even better coverage for Wood River as Minden out of the set had sent Mike Keene and J.D. McCauley toward the right side, but Phillips just could not find anybody to throw to.
There was good pursuit there. He had no time to set up, and he had him coming from behind and right in front of him. There's not much he could do.
So Minden with a great chance at the 10-yard line sees this ride back up to their own 17-yard line into attempt what would be a 32-yard attempt for Minden is Paul Heath. The snap is down, the kick is up, and Paul sinks this one to the left side. Paul, a very good field goal kicker this year. In fact, he has a season high 6 field goals made, including his longest 35 yards against Cozad, but he kicked it wide to the left sideline, and Wood River will take over. And credit the Wood River defense, Steve. They really toughened up, and Minden lost a golden scoring opportunity.
Yeah, they did. The rushing of the Wood River defense, they're going to make Minden run the ball a lot. I don't think they're going to let them pass.
So Wood River takes over at the 20-yard line, split backs behind Wiles. Wiles rolls to the right, pump fakes, wants to throw, going deep down the left sideline. Johnson's open this time. He won't drop the football. Makes the catch at the 49-yard line, a gain of 31 yards. Chad Wiles with a beautiful delivery when he throws the football. It almost looks effortless, and he has shown he has great accuracy, and Minden was chasing Nathan Johnson. He had gotten behind Chris Reese that time, and the ball was moved out to the Minden 48-yard line. Another big play Minden came into the team knowing they were going to have to shut down Wood River, shut down the big plays. Wood River has already captured 2 in this football game. Wiles, option play, left side, turns upfield, breaking tackle, still running inside Minden territory, and won't be dropped until he takes it inside the 35 down near the 33-yard line. Kyle Heath and Chris Reese converged on the stop, but not before Wiles gained 14 yards. Ball officially spotted at the 33, and one thing Minden found out there, you are not going to be able to bring Chad Wiles down with arm tackles, as he just flat out turned on the speed and raced past the Minden defensive line and the linebackers. First and 10, 33-yard line, Wiles on the option, carries off the right sideline, making the, or down the right side, not down the sideline, but off the right side behind his tackle. Brent Johnson made the hit, along with Ty Beanoff. Picked up 4 on that particular carry. Ball spotted at the 29. Wiles coming into tonight's game with over 800 yards rushing. He rushed for over 600 yards as a junior. This guy is just a total offensive machine. He can do it both ways. Second and 6 from the 29, wide out right side. Wiles runs the option right side, bouncing out Minden defenders, and Minden finally stacks him up. He takes the ball inside the Minden 25-yard line near the 24. So he is going to be short of a first down. Mike Keene, along with the entire Minden secondary, put the brakes on Chad Wiles. Tough runner, big kid, 190 pounds.
They look like they can do it all on the Wood River side of the ball. They can run, they can pass, and they're mixing it up real good right now, keeping Minden off balance.
And that play is the end of the first quarter. So we played 1 quarter play here at Wood River. The Eagles and the Whippets tied up at 7. We're back after this. You're listening to Whippet Football on KUVR. We off, Jerry? Okay, just a 30. Okay. On the scoreboard, and Wood River driving inside Minden territory again at the 24-yard line. Ball, hash mark right side, 2 wide outs and 2 men behind Wiles. He fumbled the football. Mad scramble for it. He fumbled it right at the line, and Minden has recovered. Jumping on that football was senior Brent Johnson. Wiles did not have a clean exchange with his center, Jason Dimmitt. He lost the football, tried to go back for it. His center then kicked the ball forward, and Brent Johnson able to jump on it. Second turnover tonight on Wood River. They had the interception when Chris Reese was able to pick off Chad Wiles. This time they had a nice drive going, and they fumble it away. So Minden takes over at their own 25-yard line. Wishbone behind Christensen. Here's the counterplay. Mike Keene with some room, and Keene able to rumble to the 29-yard line. Jumping on his back was Brad Horde, along with David Kavanaugh, the defensive end on that side for Wood River. Nice pickup by Mike Keene, however, able to gain 4 yards. Minden will have a second down and 6 up top.
Turnovers may be the key to this game because Minden's ahead. They've had 1 interception and 1 fumble recovery.
Certainly could. Minden received 7 turnovers last week from Hershey. Here's a give off the right side. Johnson with some room. Steamrolling his way up off the 35-yard line. Ran hard off the right side. Brent Johnson not standing around, not dancing around, not trying to fool anybody. Just ran it tough. Slugged his way past the 35-yard line to the 36. Linebacker Aaron Robinson finally got in his way. But a good game by Brent.
That was a good, strong run on his part. He was, if he could have broke that, he could have been into the races.
Minden probing now Wood River defensive line, trying to see what will work. And they try this play, and there's the flag thrown right before the snap. Officials will meet. We'll see if it was a illegal procedure penalty on Minden or if it was offsides on Wood River. And they say Minden was offsides. One of the linemen climbed up over the football, second time tonight Minden has been penalized.
First down and 15.
So this will back the football back to the Minden 31. They will be looking at a first and 15. And Steve, I think it's important for Minden, when they have the football, they need to control it and score some points because Wood River's already shown they can move up and down the field.
On both aspects of the running and the pass play, but Minden's got a strong running game if the blocks come to them.
First and 15, Christensen play action pass, rolls to his left, Phillips sets himself and fires a bad pass, and it's going to be intercepted at the 49-yard line. Sean Wagner made the interception on the left side. He was trying to hook up with Ty Beanoff, who was running over the secondary. But Wagner, along with David Mead, were right in front of Beanoff, and Christensen tosses the interception.
That was a poorly thrown ball, but he was under pressure, and he underthrew his receiver. It's real close to not being an interception itself.
Phillips has had some time to throw, but Minden is just not getting open. Wood River having no trouble with the Minden offensive passing game. Wiles on first and 10 from the Wood River 49, wants to throw, throws down the left sideline. Nathan Johnson crawls out for the football at the line. It was thrown incomplete. Wiles was knocked to his backside by Brent Johnson. A great job of Minden downfield because Philip Christensen along with Chris Reese were step for step with Nathan Johnson.
Minden's finally starting to get a little bit of penetration. They did hurry that pass up a little bit because Wiles wasn't quite ready, but he is a good drop back passer.
He's averaged about 20 passes per game. 10-20. Left here before halftime. The Whippets and the Eagles tied up at 7. Tied in left side, split in to the right. Wiles little drop play to Robinson. Robinson tries to probe the middle of the Minden defense. Breaking tacklers running tough, and he'll pick up a first down near the Minden 38-yard line. Took it from the Minden 49, took it out to the 38. Broke a tackle near the 45-yard line. Joel Keane and Chris Reese finally ushered him to the ground. But again, 12 for Robinson. By far his most effective carry of the night. He's handled it 3 times. Wiles, in fact, had more carries than the entire rest of the Wood River backfield. First and 10, Minden 38-yard line. Minden comes with the blitz. Ty Beanoff is picked up. Wiles with some time. Floats one over the middle. Pass is made by his tight end. Then tight end running rush shot into the Minden secondary. He takes the football down to the 5-yard line. Wiles was able to hook up with David Kavanaugh. The first time he had a big play when he hooked up with Adam Kolakowski for the touchdown. This time he's able to hook up on a pass play of 4 yards to his tight end, David Kavanaugh. It almost seems as if Minden is spending so much time worried about Nathan Johnson that other receivers and other outlets for Chad Wiles' passes are opening up. So first and goal from the Minden 4. 2 backs behind to Wiles. Wiles gives to Robinson, and Robinson slides off the right side. Picked up 3 yards. He was denied his access to the goal line by linebacker Mike Keane for the Whippets. See where they put this football. Wood River this quarter, as you look at your radio, moving left to right, or north to south here at Wood River Rural High. And they spot the football in the middle of the field at the 1-yard line. So second down and goal. Minden with 7 men near the line of scrimmage, and Wiles will just sneak it over for the touchdown. So Wood River converts on the Minden turnover. They intercepted Philip Christensen's pass at the 49-yard line. They got the big pass, their tight end Kavanaugh, and then Wiles goes over from 1 yard on the steep with 9:04 left in the second quarter. And it's Wood River 13, Minden 7. Andy Nestor will do the place kicking. The snap is down by Wiles, and Nestor puts it through. Conversion is good, and Wood River has scored 2 touchdowns in a row. They lead 14-7 over Minden. We're back after this 30-second timeout. We off, Jerry?
Christensen.
Are we off? Okay. I'll nod my head, Steve, when I want you to hit it. 39-yard drive. They lead Minden 14-7. Nestor hits this kick. It's a line drive, going to be fielded by Philip Christensen at his own 10. Out past the 15, 20, 25. Gets the block, turns upfield, tries to get away from one man. He does. At the 30. Then Philip takes it to the 32-yard line off the left side. Nice kickoff return of 22 yards by Philip. It looked as if he was going to be tackled at the 25, and he just skirted off a couple of tacklers and gained 7 more yards. The ball will be placed at the Minden 33.
David Mead put up a real good attempt to stop that play, but he was really working hard down there.
Phillips, a strong runner, not the biggest quarterback at 165 pounds, but he has a lot of move. And of course, everyone from Minden knows how fast he is. And we have an official timeout. Steve, we have to comment about the Minden crowd. They are lining the far sideline, and they have come out in droves tonight to support the Whippets.
There is a great turnout over there. Everyone's standing there. They don't have much of a seating section over there for visitors here, but it is to capacity on the sidelines.
First and 10 for Minden, 32-yard line. Pass is caught by Chris Reese. Reese running away from people and takes it inside the Wood River 35-yard line. It was a quick look. Phillips took 3 steps, fired the pass on the right sideline. It was caught at the 50 by Reese. He broke through tacklers and raced down to the Wood River 35-yard line. A pickup for Minden of 38 yards. Make that 28 yards. I didn't major in algebra in college, Steve. First and 10, Minden from the Wood River 35. Split in left side, wishbone set behind Christensen. Christensen gives off to Brett Johnson, and he is hit hard right near the line of scrimmage. Brad Ord put his shoulder pads into him, but we had a penalty flag thrown late on that play. Have to get the official indication from the officials on what that call was. And the hold is called on Minden. That will back Minden up. They did not gain a lot on the carry. And the officials talking it over with Wood River. And they decide that they want to accept this penalty. So we'll back Minden up from the 35 of Wood River back to their 45. And more importantly, it puts Minden in a tough situation. First down and 20 yards to go for a first down.
Wood River's really keen on the run right now, so it's making it hard to run up the center on them. They're going to have to go to the outside or maybe go back to their passing play.
One thing about Minden this year with their offense, at times it is sputtered, but Jim Nolan always tries to look for something, and once Minden finds it, then they like to exploit it. They give to Mike Keene, rushing through defenders and carries some guys with him. Picks up a nice gain from the 44, down inside the 40 to the 38. Gain 6. So it's his turn to carry the football. We talked in the pregame about Minden's balance rushing the football. They really have been balanced. Phillip has carried the ball 77 times coming into this game. Ty Beanoff 63, Brent Johnson 77, and Mike Keene 60. So they've done a nice job of mixing it up. They gave Keene 8 on the carry. Second and 12. Screen pass right side, Brent Johnson, and that fooled nobody for Wood River. Phillip fired the pass on the right side. Brent was able to make the reception, but he went backwards. In fact, Minden lost 3 yards on that play. Navartal along with Meade and also some help from Kavanaugh brought Brent Johnson to the ground, and we have an injured Whippet on the field, and it is Brent Johnson who made that catch.
Kind of looked like he was clutching at his leg there. I don't know if it was pinched back or if it's a knee injury. What's going to happen if he's out for a while?
Well, Brent Johnson was just replaced by Sean Shukar, a junior, at one of those halfback positions. It would be a big blow to Minden if Brent Johnson is unable to come back, or if he is hurt seriously. They bring him to his feet, and Brent walks off and is flexing his right leg, and it appears that Brent will be okay, but he will have to set out at least one play.
That's a good sign that he's up and walking. He didn't need any assistance getting off the field at all.
Chris Reese and Joel Keene come in from the far sideline. Third down and 15 for Minden from the Wood River 40-yard line, and they will go with the shotgun set. Shukar and Keene and Reese split out to the left, one wide out to the right. Phillip with some time, sets himself, throws a pass, and it's incomplete at the 35-yard line. Deflected off Mike Keen's hands, and it was almost intercepted by the safety back there, Nathan Johnson. So the incompletion leaves Minden with the 4th down and 15 from the Wood River 40. Steve, on that time, the holding penalty on Minden really sidetracked that drive.
They removed the ball pretty good. You know, they had the reception just prior to that was a long gainer, and then the turnover, the fumble, didn't help them a bit.
Lyles and Johnson deep to receive this punt inside their own 5. Keene will accept it from the Minden 48. Gets his foot into it. Kind of a line drive kick this time. It's allowed to bounce by Wood River. Now Wiles picks it up at the 5, breaks past a couple of tacklers, and a flag is thrown at the 10-yard line. He was tackled near the 12 by Kyle Heath and Mark Bloomfield.
Suppose that was a clipping on that?
Well, if it's an illegal block of some time, that's really going to back Wood River up here, and the official signal is that it is a clip on Wood River. And if Minden accepts, we'll move the ball back from near the 12-yard line, half the distance, so Wood River will take over at their own 6. Officials conferring with Minden. Minden, of course, takes the penalty, and the ball is going to be, in fact, marked at the 4.
That flag was quite a ways from the play.
Certainly was. It was thrown on the right side. Wiles took off to the left, so they're a ways away from us. Ball on the 4-yard line. 1st and 10. Split backs behind Wiles. Wiles wants to go deep down the right sideline for Sean Wagner and overthrows him at the 30-yard line. Joel Keene, the senior quarterback for Minden, was step for step with him. Wiles did the right thing on that pass. He threw it out in front of his wide receiver. If Wagner would have been unable to come up and snag it, it was not thrown short, so there was not a chance for Minden to gain the interception.
There was good pass coverage, and he telegraphed that one all the way. He was looking for that particular receiver.
Wood River runs a lot of timing routes that we said before, but they've also shown that they can go over the middle and use their tight ends. Both tight ends have had huge plays against Minden. Incompletion leaves Wood River 2nd down and 10 from their own 4. They split out Johnson to the right side. Wiles wants to go to Johnson. Passes not at the 5-yard line. Wiles tries to get away from Chris Reese, and he wraps him up near the 15-yard line. So a nice gain as they move it from their 4 out to near the 15-yard line, and he has enough for a 1st down on the 11-yard completion from Chad Wiles to Nathan Johnson. Johnson was the only player out there on the right side with just a one-on-one. They throw him the football on a quick drop. He got the football 2 yards away from the line of scrimmage, and then it was up to Chris Reese to bring him down.
Reese was right on top of that. That was a good run after the reception.
1st and 10 from the Wood River 15-yard line. 16:30 left before halftime. Wood River leading 14-7. Option left side by Chad Wiles, and he's gobbled up at the 17-yard line. Collaborating on that tackle was Ty Vienoff along with Chris Reese. Wiles maybe picked up 2, moves it out to the Wood River 17-yard line. And we have an official's timeout as Chad Wiles was a little shaken up. He was really rocked, Steve, by Chris Reese and Ty Vienoff, and he is going to have to lead the football game. He may have gotten the wind knocked out of him.
How is the second-string quarterback now we've come to this situation?
Well, you know, Wood River has not had to use their second-string quarterback a lot this year in big-time game situations. David Kavanaugh, their starting tight end, he will come in and play quarterback. Yeah, I'm sure he's seen a lot of time because Wood River's been in a lot of blowout games this year, but not many times has he had to play when the game was on the line. It did not appear that Wiles was shaken up badly. In fact, he's standing right next to Coach Larry Frost. 2nd and 7, Wood River 18-yard line. He fumbles the football, and Minden's on it. Kavanaugh could not get his hands on it. It happened to him the same way it happened to Chad Wiles early on. He was backing away from the center, lost the football, and Minden jumped on it. Mark Bloomfield was in there on the defensive line, and he pounced on it. So Minden takes over at the Wood River 18-yard line. And remember, earlier in this game, Steve, Minden got a turnover, had it at the Wood River 10-yard line, could do nothing with it, trailing 14-7. They need to punch it into the end zone here.
Excellent field position just inside the 15-yard line, just outside.
Officially marked at the 18. Reese wide out to the right side. They give to Mike Keene, and Keene gets the right side of that Wood River defensive line and finds the running tough, Alan McConnell. 240-pound tackle made the hit, along with their nose guard, Luke McTavish. Wood River is big in the interior of their defensive line. They go 240 with the tackle. Their other tackle is 245, and then their nose guard is 200. Now, their Their ends are a little light. David Kavanaugh's 185 and Adam Krolikowski's 195, but inside they've got some beef. Keene picked up one. 2nd and 9 from the Wood River 17-yard line. Phillip gives to Ty Beanoff, and Beanoff runs up between his left tackle, Zach Osgood, and he carries the ball for a short gain inside the 15 to near the 14. So Minden's going to have 3rd and about 7 yards upcoming on this 3rd down situation from the Wood River 15. Clock running, 4:43, 4:42. Minden has gotten 3 turnovers here in the first half from Wood River. Unfortunately, they've not been able to convert on enough of them. 3rd and 7. Wishbone look behind Christensen. Play action goes over the middle. Pass is caught by Larry Kavanaugh, and Kavanaugh has the pass caught inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be interesting to see where they mark it. He was short of a first down. He has it near the 8-yard line, and the officials are going to call a timeout for a measurement. Not going to take them long as the measurement as the pass was caught on the right sideline, a chain gang about 10 feet from where the ball was at.
That was a nice drop pack, quick pass right over the top of everything. They were looking for the run once again, so Minden did catch them off guard on that.
And Minden, as you may have heard the public address announcer, just about a foot shy of a first down. Remember, on their scoring drive, the first time they had their hands on the football, they converted a big 4th down conversion, which eventually kept that drive going, and they went in for a touchdown. They will have 4th down and a yard from the Wood River 8-yard line. They send Joel Keene wide out to the left side. Brent Johnson is back in there in his halfback position. They are strong to the right side with Kavanaugh, the tight end. They get the ball set down. Philip Christensen underneath his center, Mark Bloomfield. Barks out the snap. Goes on an option play. Gives it to Brent Johnson. Johnson with room, and Brent Johnson able to pick up yardage for a first down. I thought they were going to go on an option play, and instead it was a wide play. It was a wide handoff. Christensen took about 4 steps to his right, handed the ball off to Brent Johnson, and Johnson charges from the 8 down to the Wood River 3, gain of 5, and most importantly, 1st and goal from the Wood River 3 for Minden.
That was a good, strong run on his part. It looked like he was just about going to break that for a touchdown.
Good blocking up front for Minden. 1st and goal from the 3. A full complement of backs behind Christensen. Christensen rolls to his right, in trouble, and he's going to be sacked. Back at the Minden, back at the Wood River 10-yard line. He gave up 7 yards. Steve, you almost wonder why Minden would go to a pass there. 1st and goal from the Wood River 3-yard line, and now they suffered the sack, and they now are looking at 2nd down and goal from the 10.
They should have ran off tackle again because that has been their bread and butter. The rollout pass just wasn't going to be there.
You hate to second-guess Coach Jim Nolan in his 24th year at the helm of Minden. In fact, if he wins tonight, it's his 176th coaching victory. 2nd and 10 from the 10 ball, middle of the field. Christensen gives to his fullback, Beanoff. Beanoff finding some room, sheds tacklers, and takes the football down to the 4. So it picks up 6 yards, and it will be 3rd down and goal for Minden at the Wood River 4.
If they'd done that the first time, maybe they could have been in there for the score and maybe going for the point after at this time.
They would have maybe had a touchdown. Timeout Minden. We will step away as well. 2:57 left before halftime. Wood River leading Minden 14-7. You're listening to Whippet Football on KUVR. Are we off, Jerry? I can barely hear you because their cheerleaders are yakking. Yeah. Sounding all right? So Minden head coach Jim Nolan called a timeout to talk about this important play for Minden. Call it 3rd down and goal from the 4.5 of Wood River. 2:57 left before halftime. Minden strong to the right side. Christensen on the power play to the right, breaks the tackler and can't slip by the next guy who came at him. That was a designed rollout to the right side, and stopping him near the 3-yard line was safety Chad Wiles. He also got some help from his nose tackle, Luke McTavish. So Christensen was able to advance the football forward for a short gain. Here's a 4. And now Jim Nolan will call another timeout. We'll keep it right here. So Steve, Minden went to the timeout and decided to call one of their power plays, kind of a student body right play. It's when Christensen rolls out toward the right side and has guys up in front of him. His back's, in fact, blocked for him. That's been an effective play all year long. Now Jim Nolan has a big decision here. Do you try the field goal attempt with Paul Heath, or do you go for the end zone on 4th and goal from the 4?
Well, Paul had a field goal attempt earlier, and he hooked it to the side of it. He had the distance, and he's got the height. He could make the field goal with no problem.
This is definitely within his range. If Minden decides to attempt a field goal, it would be a 21-yard attempt. Larry Frost, the Wood River head coach, runs off to his side after speaking to his defensive players, and Jim Nolan will exit stage right. Minden is going to go for it. Key play here, 4th down and goal from the Wood River 4-yard line. Minden strong to the left side. Christensen rolls to his right. Wants the throw. Sets up, throws the pass in the end zone. It's incomplete. Was trying to hook up with Larry Kavanaugh on the back of the end zone. Phillip felt the pressure initially from Adam Krolikowski. The pass is incomplete, and Wood River will take over on down. Steve, the story here in the first half for Minden, they've had the ball 2 times inside the Wood River 10-yard line and come away with no points.
It's got to be a little disappointing for them. Wood River is stopping the run. They're very effective against the pass. They should have went for the 3.
That second down play when Phillip was sacked back to the 10-yard line, that's what did Minden in on that drive. So Wood River takes over on their own 4. 1st and 10, 2:23 left before halftime. Johnson comes in motion toward the set. First time we've seen the motion tonight. Wiles on an option play, right side. He's tripped up for a minimal gain. Brent Johnson's planted in there and got hold of his ankles. Wiles carried off the right side. No, it did not look like he picked up much, but by the time they set the chain down and the ball marker, he picked up 5 yards.
I think it was a generous spot on that one, but we were on a ways away from the play.
This shows you how quickly Chad Wiles can move with the ball. Even when Minden played it well, he picked up 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 from the Wood River 9. Ball, hash mark, left side. Double backs behind Wiles. He fumbles a football. Now Robinson picks it up his back, and he heads off the right side. And Enoff is able to knock him down near the line of scrimmage. 3rd time tonight, Wood River having some serious problems between their center, we mentioned it before, Jason Nemeth, and then their quarterbacks. Wiles fumbled twice, and then when Kavanaugh was a quarterback, he also fumbled a snap.
Turnovers may become a key in this game if Minden can start to capitalize on them. They've come close, but they will get it done yet tonight as the exchanges have been very poor.
Clock running under 1:15 left before halftime. 3rd and 5 from the Wood River 9. Split backs behind Wiles. Wiles gives to his back, Robinson. And as Robinson headed off the right side, he tried to cut back and he slipped. Kyle Heath jumped on him, and he did not gain enough for a first down. In fact, he was tackled near the 10-yard line, and Minden calls a timeout. Wisely, the timeout was Minden's last here in the first half, and it stops the clock with 59 seconds left.
Minden's gotten real tough on this series, and they are stopping the run, and the ball exchange between center and quarterbacks is becoming a key factor. Maybe Minden's forcing some of these fumbles that we're not seeing yet.
What Wood River did there, and you can't blame them, their backs were in the shadow of their own goalposts. They got very conservative that time, and they were just trying to work time off the clock and go into halftime. They probably feel good about their 14-7 lead because they've turned the football over, and Minden has not made them pay for it. As Minden's had the ball inside the Wood River 10-yard line and not scored twice, Jim Nolan wisely called a timeout there, stopped the clock with 59 seconds, and unless Chad Wiles gets off a booming kick here, or they decide to run a fake like they've done in the past, Minden's going to have the football with a good field position and, around a minute to work with to try to get some more points. Snap back to Wiles in his own end zone, gets the kick away. It's a high kick, not extremely deep. Minden needs to get away from it. It bounces at the 35 and then shoots back to the Wood River 30. So a punt of just 19 yards by Chad Wiles came into this game averaging 25 yards per punt. Being quite truthful with you, with their offense this year, he's not had to punt a lot, and he did not get a good one off there.
It wasn't a pretty one. It was poorly kicked when he shanked it a little bit, and Minden's got good field position once again.
Minden at the Wood River 30-yard line. Hash mark left side. They'll go out of the shotgun formation this time. Trips to the left. Joel Keene is the wide out on the right side. Good snap back to Phil. Throws Joel Keene's way, and he drops the football at the 19-yard line. It was put there. He had to leap a little bit for it, but he should have been able to reel that one in. Nathan Johnson was back there covering him. We had a penalty flag on Minden and another hold. The second time tonight they've been called on a holding penalty. 4 penalties in the first half. We talked in the pregame show with Jim Nolan about Minden having to get rid of the penalties. And like he said, for most of this year, Minden has not had troubles with the penalties, but they had 7 for 78 yards last week. And they've hurt themselves with penalties here in the first half of this week's game against Wood River.
We're looking at 30 yards penalties so far. They should be able to overcome this, though. That was a dead-on pass.
So it's 1st and 23 from the Wood River 42. Phillip has time, guns it near sideline, and the pass was incomplete for Mike Keene. Good coverage over there by Wood River. In fact, Justin Polk, who came into the game, and Wood River's prevent defense was over there harassing Keene. So the incompletion will leave Minden 2nd and 23 from the Wood River 42. One thing getting back to the penalties, Steve, Minden has not had a whole slew of penalties here in the first half, but when they have had them, they have come at terrible times, and it's really hurt them offensively.
Yeah, opportunity for the penalties and the fumbles is just not working again for them.
Trips again to the left side for Christensen. Deep drop. Has plenty of time. Steps up. Is going to gun it down the right sideline. And Sean Wagner drops the football. He was like a center fielder. And Sean Shukar was on a fly pattern down the right sideline. And Phillip overthrew Sean. And Sean Wagner, the defensive back for Wood River, had the best chance at the football. And he just simply dropped it at the 10.
That was a sure interception, but I don't think he was expecting that ball to be there. That was a deep pass.
And Minden on a little bit of an odd set that time. Usually out of the shotgun formation, your quarterback is back 8-9 yards. That time Phillip was back in the pocket around 12 yards.
Something that could be hurting Minden's quarterback is those snaps are coming out a little bit high.
See if that plays a part. This time he will be under center. Minden, wishbone formation, 3rd and 23. Phillip gives to Ty Beanoff. Beanoff breaking off tacklers, and Beanoff carries off the left side. The play started on the right. He cut it back to his left. Bounced off some tacklers, was brought down by David Meade, and along with Alan McConnell, defensive tackle for Wood River. And that play is going to almost end the first half. And Minden and Wood River likes to let the clock run out. That's indeed what they do. Ty was able to pick up 3 yards on the run, but Minden just wanted to run out the clock. They were unable to use a good field position again. They had the football at the Wood River 30-yard line with 49 seconds. Went backwards. So our score at halftime was Wood River 14, Minden 7. We will be back after this 2-minute timeout to talk about tonight's first half and go over some stats here. Our halftime show, once again, Wood River 14, Minden 7. You're listening to Whip It Football on KUVR. Definitely to control the ball, get some touchdowns, and they're going to have to score, I figure, at least 3 touchdowns here in the second half to have a chance to win, because you know Wood River is probably going to score again. The kick by Wood River from the 40-yard line. It's a low line drive kick, gets away from Minden. Christensen picks it up from his 15. Minden might fake the reverse. They do. Phillip Christensen comes left side, has a block 30, and is finally wrecked out near the 32-yard line. He was just an inch away from breaking that one. Nathan Johnson, the speedster from Wood River, finally caught him, but Phillip definitely had a lane as he picked it up on the far side. Ran to his left. They faked the reverse to Chris Reese, and then Christensen headed upfield off the left sideline, moved it through the 31-yard line. It was a pickup on the return of 15 yards. So 1st and 10 Minden, their own 32-yard line. Chris Reese is split to the right side. We talked about penalties, and Minden starts off the second half with a penalty. The left guard, Joe Anderson, forgot what the snap count was. He lunged forward. 10 other players from Minden stood still. The back of a 5 yards for Minden moves it back to the 27. 1st and 15. Not the way Minden wanted to start the second half. Larry Kavanaugh is the tight end left side. Reese again split wide to the right. 3 backs behind Christensen. Gives off to Ty Beanoff. Beanoff gets away from one tackler. Then is met near the line of scrimmage by the linebacker Brad Horde. Not a lot of running room. And Wood River has a player down on the surface. They will call an official timeout to check out him. Get the number on the guy for you right here. Mike Cords. He was not listed as one of Larry Frost's starting defensive linemen or one of his linebackers, but he is lying on his back right now. May have caught some collision in the tackle. Beanoff carried the football only back to the line of scrimmage. They continue to work on his leg. And as they do that, we will take a timeout as well. You're listening to Whip It Football on KUVR.
Okay, Jerry. 30 to start out with. Have another one ready to roll. 15-13 Holdridge. Okay. Okay, so just send it back to us when this one's over.
Second down and 15 for Minden.
Mike Cords, the injured player, walks off the field. Back to action from the Minden 28-yard line. Philip Christensen, play action pass. Throws his pass to the 40-yard line toward Joel Keene. He cannot catch it. Why? Because he was interfered with Chad Wiles. Wiles was trying to knife in there for the interception. He made contact with Joel Keene before the football got there. So that's a gain of 15 yards for Minden on the penalty. More importantly, that's an automatic first down. So we'll take it from the Minden 28-yard line as they mark off the penalty yardage from the line of scrimmage, and that will move it out to near the Minden 44. Put it at the 43.5. First and 10 Minden. So here in the first 3 plays of the second half, both teams have had a penalty. First and 10 Minden. Hash mark left side. Their own 44-yard line. One wide out to the right sideline. Philip on an option play. Has room past the 50. Picked up a block. 45. And extends the run down to the Wood River 42-yard line. Nice pickup of 14 yards off the left side by Philip. Remember, Philip had that outstanding game 1 week ago. Rushed 16 times for 153 yards and 3 touchdowns against Hershey. And it was in the third quarter in the second half when Philip took over running the football. First and 10 Minden. Wood River, 43-yard line. Hash mark. Left side, the bone behind Christensen. Option again to the right side. Philip cuts the field. This time Wood River played it much better. The tight end Luke McTavish ran down Philip. Played off his block. Philip advanced the football 1 yard down to near the 43-yard line. He may have given him only about a half a yard on that carry. Initially, it looked as if he picked up more than that. Let's make it second down, 9.5 from the Wood River 43.
Maybe coming out passing, now they're running. They're mixing it up pretty good right now.
Keene, the wide out to the left side. Philip, play action pass. Once the throw goes over the middle. Pass is caught by the big tight end, Larry Kavanaugh, at the Wood River 35-yard line. Nice pickup of 7 yards on the pass from Philip to Larry Kavanaugh. Just a play action pass. Philip took 2 steps back, gunned the ball to Kavanaugh, who was in heavy traffic, and Larry hung on for his second catch of the night. For most of the season, Kavanaugh has not been an option in the offense. They've not thrown his way. When they have, he's been unable to come up with catches. Tonight, he's caught 2 big ones. So third and 2, Wood River, 35-yard line. Christensen, they give it to Mike Keene. Keene finding room, busts up the middle. Mike Keene dragging Eagles with him down to the Wood River 21. A pickup of 14 yards. Mike Keene skating his way through Eagles. He takes it to the 21. Mike Keene, not the flashiest running back, but he has really emerged in his senior year. Came into tonight's game, 60 carries, 349 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Picked up 14 on that play.
Minden's maintaining control of the ball. They're mixing it up, running, passing. They did something at halftime.
They need to do more than just drive it here. They need to drive it into the end zone. Here's a trap play. Ty Beanoff finding some room. Play starts from the left, broke back to his right. Good block by his center, Mark Bloomfield. And Beanoff able to rumble down to the 14. Tackle made by Chad Wiles and Nathan Johnson. The 2 secondary men had to come up to put the brakes on Ty Beanoff. Gain of 8 by Ty. Moves it to the Wood River 15. Second down and 2. Important for Minden to just keep pushing it forward and run the football. Phillip, option play left side. He's got the football. Tries to get away from man. Gets away from one tackle. Gets away from two. And goes more laterally than he did forward. He had Mike Keene behind him. He could have pitched the football to him. He elected not to. No use risking a fumble down here. And Phillip was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Strung out well by the linebacker Aaron Robinson for Wood River. Clock moving. Inside 9 minutes. Left in the third quarter. Minden trails Wood River 14-7. This their initial drive of the second half. And a big third down and 2 upcoming from the 15. Christensen will send Joel Keene wide out to the right side along the far sideline. Larry Cavanaugh tied in left side. The 3 backs behind Christensen. And he gives to Ty Beanoff. And Beanoff churning forward between his tackle and guard. And he is going to pick up enough, it appears, for a first down.
And McDowell on the tackle.
Aaron Robinson came up to put the stick on him, and they are going to call a timeout for a minute's measurement. Needed about 2 yards. He was able to advance it from the 15 to near the 13.
They're mixing it up right now. They're controlling the ball. They're keeping Wood River off balance the start of this series.
They are going to stretch the chains. It looks as if there's some slack in it. They set it down, and Minden is just shy, about an inch shy of a first down. So another big fourth down conversion attempt upcoming from Minden from the Wood River 13. Remember, they've been denied when they were at the inside the 10-yard line before in the first half. They had a first and goal from the 4, couldn't punch it in. 4th and 1 from the Wood River 13. Ball, hash mark, left side. Phillip, under center. The blitz comes. He runs on an option play. He'll turn upfield. He picked up the first down and much more. Phillip Christensen carries off the right side. He had a lane to develop in front of him. He was able to steer away from some would-be tacklers. Took it inside the Wood River 10-yard line to down near the 6. He picked up a gain of 7 yards.
Good running. They're mixing it up. They're keeping them off balance. They don't know what they're going to do, run or pass.
Wood River tried to blitz that time. They blitzed on the wrong side as Christensen ran to the right, and the blitz came on the left. First and goal. Phillip gives to his fullback, Ty Beanoff. Beanoff has about 3 Eagles on his back. One of those is linebacker Brad Howard. Also, Mike Cords was in there, the injured player. He was back. And David Cavanaugh, their defensive end. They all had a tussle, a wrestling match with Ty. Ty picked up 4. Second down and 6 from the 6. That doesn't quite make sense here because they had Christensen down at the 8. And they say Beanoff picked up 4. Nevertheless, we'll look at the second down and 6 from the 6. Phillip, option play, left side, turns upfield, hurdles a man, and he gets down to the 2. Chad Wiles met up with him at the 2-yard line. So another positive gain for Phillip. Picked up close to 3 yards. And Phillip a little slow getting up, but he appears to be okay. Remember, he was injured in the second half last week against Hershey. It looked serious at first, was able to walk it off. Timeout called by Jim Nolan will do the same. 7:10 left in the third quarter. Minden trails Wood River 14-7.
Okay. What's that? All right. Said you're sounding good. How long was that last run? Yeah. Okay, get ready.
Timeout was called by Minden. Jim Nolan coming out to discuss the play with his team. An important down coming up here. 3rd and 4. From the 4. So it's a 3rd down and goal situation for Minden. Joel Keene is a wide out left side. Flank him is the quarterback Nathan Johnson. The back's behind Phillip. Phillip option play right side. Wants to throw. Now tucks it under. Runs forward. Fumbles the football. And it's going to be recovered by Wood River. Minden sneaked it again. Christensen on a play action pass. The second time tonight, Minden with the football. Short yardage on a 3rd down and goal situation. They tried to throw the football. Phillip saw nobody open, tried to take it himself, advanced it to the 2. The ball kicked off his leg and was recovered by Wood River. Denied for the 3rd time tonight inside the 10. that could come back to really haunt Minden. If they lose this game, they'll say, we were that close to even, we just could not come up with any
3 times the red zone's been to 10, penalties or fumbles.
Wood River takes over their own 3. Wiles to throw out of his own end zone. Pump fakes, goes deep down the left sideline. Johnson outruns the coverage, and the pass is incomplete. It was about a step from catching that football and going 97 yards on the touchdown as he showed the speed. Ran right past Chris Reese. Free safety Philip Christensen was trying to rotate over and help, but even Philip, who has 11.2 100 speed, could not catch up to that play.
Couple more steps, he'd had that ball, it would have been a good race.
And that really shows that Wood River has confidence in their offensive line on 1st and 10 from their own 3 to pass out of their end zone, let alone pump fake to one side. That takes even more time, but nobody was pressuring Chad Wiles. 2nd and 10 from the 3. Wiles, option play, takes it off the right side, and he dives over the pile. Was stacked up by a gain of 2 yards. Then he hurdled a couple of whippets, and he picked up a little more. They will spot the football. I'm going to say he did indeed pick up 5 yards. They did not give him the second effort. Had they had, he'd have picked up 2 more yards for a 4-yard gain. Clock running, 6:19, 6:18. Wood River at their own 5-yard line, 3rd down and 6. They send Johnson out to the left side, dual backs behind Chad Wiles. The back horde goes in motion. Robinson, the only back. Quick pitch to Robinson toward that side. Flag is thrown, and Minden's able to stop the play before they pick up enough for a 1st down. Minden was not fooled. They tried to run the motion to the other side to get Minden leaning that way. Mike Keene ran over and made the tackle. Flag was thrown. It could have been a holding call. Was that a holding call? It was an illegal procedure. They called that before the play. So Minden has the option here of declining the penalty, and that's what they will do, as Wood River did not pick up enough for a 1st down, and they will, what appears, will have to punt on 4th down and 6 from their own 5.
Credit the Minden defense for holding them there. The run didn't fool them, and they got good pressure on the pass.
Good job of knowing what was up, because that could have been a tough play when they ran motion. They had guys running all over the field. Minden not fooled. Wiles standing about a yard deep in his end zone. Minden with Reese and Shukar awaiting this snap, or this punt, from the Wood River 49-yard line. And Chad Wiles, the punter, looking toward Larry Frost, saying, we don't have enough guys out on the field. They call a timeout. We'll do the same thing. 5:48 left in the 3rd quarter. Wood River leading Minden 14-7. You're listening to Whip It Football on KUVR.
Are we safe? Just 130 is all we need. Go.
The punt by Wiles out of his own end zone, fielded by Sean Shugart, bounces off his helmet at the 40, and he watches the ball roll out of bounds back to the 50-yard line. What a shame. The nice punt by Wiles. It was the close to a 40-yard punch. He ends up with a 42-yard punt because the ball hit right in the face mask of Sean Shukar. The ball then ricocheted backwards, and Minden lost about 10 yards in field position, Steve, not to mention what Sean Shukar could have gotten had he been able to advance it.
Yeah, it was a bad one. I look for this to be a high penalty second half because there's a lot of extracurricular activity going on. A lot of hard-hitting ball playing down there.
Minden takes over their own 49. 1st and 10, hash mark right side. Phillip had some trouble with the exchange. Gets to the Brett Johnson. Johnson 45. Cuts back inside and going to be stacked up at the Wood River 41-yard line. Picked up close to what he needed for a 1st down. Picked up around 9.5 yards. Aaron Robinson and the tight defensive end, David Cavanaugh, put the stops to him. Brett was still turning forward and marked him just shy of the 1st down at the 42, 2nd down and 1.
Minden isn't favored either side of the line to go to the middle, left, right, pass, but they're not too concerned right now.
Joel Keene, the wide out to the left side, 2nd and 1 from the 42. Phillip, play action pass, rolls to his left, wants to throw the football, does, and it's almost intercepted at the 30-yard line. Chad Wiles, the free safety, was just working back there. Minden sent 3 wideouts to the left side. Joel Keene, Brent Johnson, and Ty Beanoff. Phillip put on the brakes, fired the pass left sideline, and lucky for Minden that Chad Wiles dropped that football because he was near the sideline, and had he held on, he would have had a clear shot to the end zone, and that could have been just a big kick in the stomach to Minden here in the second half. So So after the incompletion, 3rd and 1, Wood River 42-yard line. Christensen under center, gives to the second man through. Mike Keene running tough like a Sherman tank. You cannot arm tackle Mike Keene. He has shown that here in the second half. Kind of a plodding runner, but he ran behind the left side of his offensive line, picked up yardage down to the 35-yard line, a nice gain of 5.5 yards, and a first down for Minden.
That's just strong powerhouse running there. Nobody was going to stop him with, like you said, an arm tackle. It took a couple of them to get a hold of him.
Wood River with a bend, but not break defense tonight. It seems like Minden's had the ball all night inside the Wood River 50-yard line. Haven't been anything to do with it. The ball at the 36-yard line. Minden on a running play out of the wishbone. Heading to the right was Mike Keene. Keene picked up minimal yardage. Picked up 2. McConnell along with McDowell and Brad Horde in there to stop him. Mike Keene advanced it inside the 35 to the 34, so he did get 2. 2nd and 8 for Minden. Chris Reese is a split in this time to the right side. 6 men near the line of scrimmage for Wood River. The blitz may be coming. Christensen gives to the second man through again. Mike Keene steering his way through defenders. Puts up a stiff arm and still goes forward. Advances it inside the 30 to the 29. Minden on these running plays, it's kind of a trap cross-buck play. They're faking into the belly of Ty Beanoff, and then Phillip is swiveling around to either his left or his right, giving the football to either Brent Johnson or Mike Keene. Keene picked up 7 on that carry. So it's 3rd down, call it a long 4 from the 28 of Wood River. They give to Keene again. Keene off the left side, flashing his way through. Wood River finally gets a hold of him. Chad Wiles and Nate Mead, but Mike Keene picks up another first down inside the 25 as he just ran it right off the left hash mark. Minden at this time is winning the battle up front.
We're seeing a lot of in-your-face football right here, both offense and defense. Nobody's given. They're testing each other, but Minden's moving the ball.
This drive started at the Minden 49-yard line. Under 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, Wood River, 24-yard line. Phillip gives to Ty Beanoff. Beanoff banging his way forward. Off the right sideline. That play was not that effective. Aaron Robinson, along with Luke McTavish, wrapped their arms around Ty. Ty gain. They'll be generous. They give him a gain of 2 yards. Moves it to the Wood River 22. Minden has, we talked about field position and controlling the clock here in the 3rd quarter, and that's exactly what they've done. Unfortunately, they still only have 7 points on the scoreboard. 2nd and 9, 23. Minden strong to the left side. Phillip on an option play, switch through at the 20-yard line, and then drags people with him near the 19. That play opened up quickly. Wood River has really taken away the pitch man from Minden tonight. I know Jim Nolan thought coming in that they may try to key in on Phillip and try to take him away and make him deposit the football out to his halfbacks, Brent Johnson and Mike Keene. But Wood River's playing Minden wide tonight defensively with their ends. They're giving him some lanes, which have been good for about 4 or 5 yards all night long. Ball at the 19, 3rd and 5. Phillip picked up 4. Phillip this time gives to Beanoff. Beanoff with some room. Breaks to the outside. 15, 10, 5. And he's finally ushered out of bounds inside the 5-yard line by Chad Wiles. First is Johnson to the right. Then it's Keene to the left. Christensen back to the right. Then they gave Ty Beanoff the football, and he slashed his way off the left side. Took it from the 19 inside the 5 for a gain of 14 yards. Here we are again, Steve. Minden, 1st and goal from the Wood River 5-yard line.
Minden's not moving big yardage. This is the biggest gain this series. They're moving the ball. They should score this time.
They nickel and dime Wood River on this drive. 1st and goal, they give to Ty. No, they fake it. Christensen has the football, tries to get outside. Even had me fake that. It was such a good fake to Ty. Unfortunately, the quarterback, Sean Wagner, did not buy the fake from Phillip Christensen. And Phillip maybe inched his way forward for about 6 inches on that carry. Will be 2nd down and goal from the 5, awaiting the Minden offense.
They are in the danger zone, the red zone for them tonight. If they just keep their head, they've been moving the ball 2, 4, 6 yards. This could be the one if they can hang on to the ball.
Minden has not had trouble putting the ball into the end zone on a lot of their opponents tonight. Wood River's been tough inside the 10. 2nd and 5. Phillip gives the ball to Brent Johnson, bobbled it. He may have gotten it back. No indication yet on who has the football. Was not a clean exchange from Philip Christensen to Brent Johnson, and Johnson lunged forward, maybe again, picked up 6 yards, or 6 inches make that. So 3rd and 5 on 2 plays. 1st and 2nd down, Minden goes nowhere. This is the first time on this drive they've even had this much trouble before. It was 4, 5, 6 yards. They could get whatever they wanted, and Jim Nolan's going to whip it for his offense. He will saunder off the field. 3rd down and goal. The Eagle players encouraging their crowd to get into it. 3rd and goal from the 4. Minden strong to the left side. Phillip gives to Ty Beanoff. Beanoff with some daylight, and he takes it inside the 2 to near the goal line. He did not get in. He was denied by Chad Wiles along with Alan McConnell, the big 240-pound tackle. And the ball is right at the doorstep of the end zone. Beanoff picked up 3 and about 3/4 yards on that carry. It is 4th and goal for Minden.
The crowd is calling defense.
From the 1, side in, left side, is Kavanaugh. Under center, Christensen. Christensen with the gift to Beanoff. Beanoff crashes over the right side. Touchdown, Minden. They finally are able to solve the Wood River defense inside the 10-yard line. Beanoff with plenty of room. He carries for his 5th touchdown of the season. And if Minden converts on the extra point attempt, it will be tied up with 14-14 with 25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
They were in the danger zone. Maybe they got that ghost off their shoulders now.
Hopefully this opens up and it's a floodgate the rest of the way for the Minden offense. An important extra point attempt upcoming for Heath. Snaps a little high, it's put down, the kick is up, and it is true right down the highway. And with 25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, Minden has tied it up on a 51-yard touchdown strike. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Whippet Football on KUVR.
We're safe, huh? I do all that good stuff again, huh? I'll wait until I get the mic out of my hand. Okay, talk real loud because I can't hear.
Kickoff for Minden, Paul Hanks.
Heath will get his foot into the kick. It's a short kick. It's going to come up at the 15-yard line. Field on the run by Wiles. Wiles tries to go up the left sideline. Breaks the tackle down the left sideline. Cuts back inside. Still breaking tackles inside the Minden 50-yard line. Eludes the man and returns it all the way into Minden territory down near the 30-yard line. The last thing Minden wanted to do was allow that to happen. But Chad Wiles, he does it either from the quarterback position, from the defensive secondary as he is a safety. He also does it on kick returns. Big one. Sets up Wood River at the Minden 39.
The crowd on both sides of the field are getting into the game. We're going to have a shootout up here in Wood River. Minden isn't backing down. We got to see what Wood River is going to do on offense this series.
Clock runs. Chad Wiles looks toward Larry Frost. If there's any wind advantage, Wood River has it right now. Larry Frost, their coach, wanted to get a timeout, and he eventually gets one called, and Wood River's had the ball.
Doesn't Wood River look just a little bit disorganized right now?
Well, they did. They're on the end of the play, but sometimes you can't tell them. They'll try fake plays. They've looked disorganized earlier this year and then ran a touchdown play out of it. So flip backs to head Chad Wiles. 2 wideouts to either side. Goes to his left. Wants to throw. Going deep. Going to go down the right sideline for Johnson. Johnson's turned around. The pass is broken up inside the 10-yard line. Chris Reese had his hands on that football. Could not come up with the reception for what would have been his 8th interception on the season. The clock has 3 zeros on it. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. They will switch ends. Minden, Wood River tied up at 14. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Whippet Football. The underdog coming in. They played to a stalemate so far, 14-14 with Wood River. 2nd and 10 from the Minden 40. Johnson split out to the left, 2 backs behind Wiles. They run an option play. Late pitch out to Robinson. Robinson tries to get the corner turn, and he's converged on after a short gain of 4 yards.
10-9 traffic on other vehicle.
9096. 2117.
5-yard line, you've got to figure Wood River and 2 down territory here. Tied in left side. Wiles option play. Left side. He's got some room. Gets to the outside. Flag is thrown. Wiles at the 25-20. Race down the sideline. Lowers his head. Runs past Philip Christensen. Fumbles the ball. Minden jumps on it. And they are going to have possession of this football. Now there's a lot to sort out here on this play. One is, did Chad Wiles fumble the football inside the Minden 10-yard line? And they are signaling that Minden recovered. Also, there was a flag thrown back on the far sideline at the 35-yard line. If that flag is on Wood River, it's going to be Minden's ball. The flag was a holding call on Wood River. Negates a long run by Chad Wiles. Minden takes over possession of the football inside their own 10.
A break for Minden. Wood River come out looking confident here on this series, on this drive when they changed on the quarter.
Minden was able to garner 7 turnovers last week from Hershey, and Wood River has acted like it's been Christmas here tonight. They've just been handing out gifts, giving Minden the football all night long. 1st and 10 from the Minden 5. Phillip gives to Ty Beanoff. Beanoff trying to go forward, gets wrestled down. Uses a good second effort to at least eke out around 1.5 yards, make it 2 yards on the carry. Minden down on the north end of the field. Once again, they have the wind here in the 4th quarter. Important now just to punch it out of this hole back here inside the 10-yard line, not turn the football over, and if they have to punt, at least gain enough yards so they're going to put Wood River back to have a long field to work with. Officially, they said Beanoff lost 1 yard on that carry. 2nd and 11, they give to Keene. Keene busting his way off the right side. He dives past the 10-yard line, out to the 11. Keene of 7. It's going to leave Minden with a 3rd down, short 4, long 3. Chris Reeves comes in from the Minden sideline across the way with the play. 10:08 left in the 4th quarter. Both teams tied up at 14 apiece.
Minden's coming out looking like they have the upper hand in this half.
They need a big 1st down here. 3rd and 4 from their own 10. Phillip wants to throw. Looks right sideline. The ball is tipped and it's incomplete. Dangerous pass from Phillip. He was trying to hit Chris Reeves, who was slanting across the middle. That ball was tapped up in the air. It looks like for a second that Sean Wagner, one of the defensive backs for Wood River, might have a chance to make the INT, but it falls harmlessly incomplete at the 20-yard line. But Minden 4th and 5 from their own 10. Mike Keene will have to punt out of his own end zone. Waiting to punt for Wood River. They're 2 dangerous return men, Chad Wiles and Nathan Johnson. Keene gets his foot into the kick, end over end, line drive kick. It's going to bounce out of bounds. Karam's out. They officially mark it at the 49 of Wood River. So a nice punt of 41 yards by Mike Keene. I like what he did on that punt, Steve. He got a nice kick into it, and most importantly, he said, they've got the 2 dangerous return men. I'll kick it 40 yards up the field to make sure I kick it out of bounds.
And yeah, you can tell he was angling it over there for out of bounds. Why give him the chance?
So Wood River will have it again from the Minden 49, 1st and 10. Split back behind Chad Wiles. Wiles gives to his fullback. Brad Horde carrying the football. He's not touched it at all tonight until that play. It's an effective one for Wood River. Picks up a nice gain of 7 yards. Chris Reese and Ty Beanoff made the tackle. Ty's been in on a lot of tackles again tonight. Had 17 tackles last week and systematically destroyed the blocking scheme of Hershey last week with his blitzes. Had a ton of sacks. Coming into this game, had over 100 total tackles when you combine the assisted and unassisted. Pick up by Horde of 6 yards. 2nd and 4 from the Minden 44. Wiles on that quarterback sneak we talked about earlier. First time we've seen that since the 1st quarter. He carries off the right side inside the 40-yard line for a 1st down. Randall Horine, Jason Keene, and Ty Beanoff brought him down. They did not give him a very good spot. Maya went past the 40, but they say his knee was down at the Minden 41. So it's 3rd down and 1 for Wood River from the Minden 41. 2 down territory again. Johnson, the wideout on the right side. They have a tight end to the left. Minden comes with a blitz. Wiles fumbles the football. Minden may be on it. Thought I saw the football loose. He may have jumped back on it. He carried off the right side. Chad Wiles comes up with the football. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down. I think he did lose that ball, but it bounced right back to him. Minden was around there scurrying around the football trying to pick it up, but Wiles got it into his clutches and on the third down conversion, he picks up the first down.
Lucky break for them. They're having a little bit of fumbleitis, but it's a hard-hitting game down there in the trenches, and Minden is causing them to turn that ball over.
Minden needs to stiffen if they want their season to continue for another week. First and 10, Minden 38-yard line. Wiles wants to throw, rolling to his right, goes over the middle, pass is incomplete. He had a wide-open David Kavanaugh loose in the Minden secondary at the 25-yard line. He overshot him on that pass. Second and 10. That looked like the same play that they had the big scoring strike on in the first half. They kind of just put that one back in their back pocket and waited until the fourth quarter to unleash it on Minden again.
Wiles has yet to make a completion this half.
I hope he didn't talk too early, Steve. Second down and 10. 38, Minden comes with the blitz. Costa was blitzing. Wiles takes it upfield, and then he flips. He had some room, and then the footing just gave out on him. 3 or 4 times tonight, we've seen the Wood River players try to make a cut on this field. It was toward the left side, so it's where the grass is still at. It's not really between the hash marks where the field is worn from all the play this year. But Wiles just picked up 1 yard on that carry. 3rd and 9 from the 38, awaits the Wood River offense.
You have to credit Minden. They were coming in with the blitz. They had him dead to rights back there.
Minden, 5 guys at the line of scrimmage. 1 back set behind Wiles. Files right sideline. Passes caught by his tight end. He was open again, but Wiles led him too high. Kavanaugh had to leave his feet to make the reception. He made it inside the Minden 35-yard line at the 33. However, he fell down on his own, and he's about 4 yards shy of a first down. Officially, they say 4th and 5. Larry Frost sends in the play with his tight end poke. 4th and 5 for Wood River from their 34. They could almost do anything here. They could go deep to Johnson. They could run a play with Chad Wiles to use his athleticism to try to pick up a first down. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 1 back behind Wiles. Wiles, option play, left side, turns upfield. He's not going to get the first down. Minden denied him. He tried the left side. And little Kyle Heath went smack. And him shoulder pad for shoulder pad along with some help by Ryan Nelson. He's giving up about 40 pounds on that exchange, but Kyle a very good tackle, especially for his size, and Minden turns back the Eagles.
That was a hard hit. That could have been a fumble maker.
So Wiles advanced it to the Minden 30-yard line. He was 1.5 yards short of a first down. Minden needs to get a drive going, crank off some time, and walk away with the win. Phillip on the give, Brent Johnson. Johnson slicing off tacklers, takes it off the right side for a short gain. Moves it to the 35. Initially, it didn't look like he was going to get much at all, but Brent, running tough, kept those big legs of his going and picked up a nice gain of 4, close to 5 yards. Now they changed their mind on it. They moved the ball back. He still did pick up 4 yards. Second down and 6. Christensen with his team surrounded around him. They break the huddle. They come up for the football. Joel Keane, the wide out to the left side. Larry Kavanaugh, the tight end, on the right side. Phillip wants to throw, rolls to his left, has some time, fires a pass, and it's behind his intended receiver at the Minden 45-yard line. Trying to get that pass over to Ty Beanoff. That's been one of Minden's most successful plays this season, is throwing the ball out of the backfield to Ty Beanoff, threw it way behind him. And kind of a good thing you didn't get it any closer than that to Ty, because there were about 3 purple shirts waiting for a chance to get their hands on that ball.
He kind of forced that one in there. It makes it just a little bit difficult for him to catch it, and it was just a little bit behind him.
The incompletion stops the clock. 5:59 left in the fourth. Minden 3rd and 6 from their own 34. Christensen gives to Ty Beanoff. Beanoff slams forward and gets a nice gain of 3 yards. Advances it out to near between the 38 and the 39-yard line. Unfortunately for Minden, they were unable to pick up a first down, and Chad Wiles and that Eagle offense are going to get their hands on the ball again.
Credit Beanoff for the gain that he made on that. They had him tied up back there for what looked like no gain, and he just plain powered it up there that far.
Wood River has not been in a lot of close games this year. They were in a close game when they lost 24-18 to St. Cecilia. Had a close one, 27-22, a game they won against Ravenna. The snap to Keene, gets his foot into it. High kick. Wiles calls for a fair catch at his own 24-yard line. So a punt of 38 yards. None on the return as Chad Wiles calls for a fair catch along the far sideline. They'll put it on the right hash mark. week. Been held under 40 in this contest. That quarterback sneak gets away from Steve. He showed his elusiveness that play. He first started up the middle, nothing was there. Then he got outside trying to and then Reese finally got his.
He showed that earlier in the game when he made that cut. Takes the corner, the race is on. You better be ready to chase him down.
They gave him a gain of 2.5 yards. He advanced it out to the Wood River 31. Third down, call it 3. Wagner, the wingback, 2 backs behind Wiles. Wiles rolls to his right, wants to throw, guns the pass is incomplete. He threw it low. Nathan Johnson tried to take it off the grass, could not make the catch. The incompletion will leave Wood River with a 4th down and 3. 4 minutes left. Larry Frost appears to be sending in his punt team. But with Chad Wiles back there and the number of fake punts they've done this year, you never know. Minden came into this game with the idea of lining up a six-man front on the punts with 3 guys around the line of scrimmage just in case he tries to fake it, and that's what they're going to do here. The only deep safety they have is Chris Reese back at the Minden 45. The snap to Wiles, he indeed will punt it. The ball catches the wind. Minden needs to get away from the ball, and the ball bounds down at the Minden 47-yard line. So only a punt of 22 yards, and we talked about the wind not being that strong, Steve, but on that punt, he got it high into the air and started to sail. It was like it hit a brick wall, and the ball went flat dead at the Minden 47.
As I look at the flag, it does look like the wind has picked up a little bit. It was a poor punt. I kind of wonder if Wood River isn't just a little bit flat this half. Minden's picked up the pace and is handing it right back to him. Great defense for Minden that series.
Clock running. 3:40 left in this football game. At least in regulation. We may have to play into overtime. 1st and 10, Minden. Their own 48. Phillip under center. Gives to Brent Johnson. Bobbles the football. Then Ray gets his hands on it. Regains control. And pounds his way off the right side. Finally stopping him was Kavanaugh, along with Meade and Horde and Chad Wiles. Took about 5 guys to get Brent down on that run. He has run some tough plays here in the second half. Hasn't broken the big one. Minden really has not broken a big run in this game, just in the 4- and 5-yard stuff. 2nd down and 6, 47-yard line. They give it a tie. Tie breaks up one tackle, then goes upfield, runs tough and dives forward, close to a 1st down. He picked up that 5.5, close to 6 yards on individual effort. He was hit at the line of scrimmage by the linebacker, Brad Horde. He just bounced off him, kept on trucking, and ends up about a half a yard short of a 1st down. 3rd and 1, Minden. Wood River, 43-yard line. Hash mark left side. Chris Reese. White is the wideout on the right side. Phillip under center. Gives on a crossbuck play. Mike Keene. Keene struggles forward, and it's all going to depend upon the spot. Grabbing his ankle was Mike Horde, one of the defensive tackles for Wood River. And from this spot, the ball is about directly in front of me as I'm in the press box. The ball is down at the 42-yard line. The referees are eyeballing it. They are going to have the chain gang come in anyways. I say that Mike Keene has the 1st down by half a length of the football. They set the chains down, and he has the 1st down.
By half a length of the football, you're dead on the running.
Oh, they told me when I went to the dentist, not the dentist, the optometrist, that I had 20/20 vision. I guess I do. The reason I said that because I'm in the dentist office and the eye doctor, it's all in one building. Get back to football. 1st and 10, 42. They give to Brent Johnson. Johnson breaking free. Gets away from Chad Wiles. 30 inside the Wood River 25-yard line. Brent Johnson, like a Sherman tank, he bounced off Chad Wiles. Said, "You're going to be All-State this year, but I'm carrying this football for a gain of 15 yards from Minden down to the Wood River 25-yard line."
That was a hard hit there. He bounced off to him like there's nothing there. Rolled out and just turned it up there for about another 4 yards. That was a fantastic run.
That might
Great
work.
football.
Sorry to interrupt you, Steve. That might work in the Luke Platte Conference to put your shoulder into a guy. They're playing a Southwest Conference team. You got to wrap up. They give to Keene. Keene fighting off the left side. He fumbles the football, and we'll see who's on it. Minden may have gotten back on it. It appears the ball popped free as the Wood River players went sprawling. Indeed, Mike Keene fumbled that ball, and Brent Johnson, the hero on that play, he jumped on it for Minden. Ends up. And then Minden was able to get it back to the line of scrimmage once the dust had settled on that play. Too bad Keene had picked up around 4 yards. 2nd and 10 from Minden, 25-yard line. They're strong to the left side. They give to Brent. Brent tries to squeak past a couple of defenders. Those defenders were McConnell and Cortez, and they don't run him through. They were the gatekeepers on that play. Brent picked up a tough yard. Ball at the 24. 3rd down and 9. Less than a minute and a half to play. Make it a minute and 11. Remember, we have a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind behind Minden. They have Paul Heath, who has made a 35-yard field goal this season. He missed on his first attempt in the first half. 3rd and 9. Wood River, 24-yard line. Christensen wants to throw. Has Chris Reese open. Pass is caught. And unfortunately for Minden, Reese had his knee down. He had to go down low to make the reception. It was a pickup of close to 7 yards. And they're going to spot the ball at the Wood River 18-yard line. It's going to be 4th and make it about 2.5, maybe 3 yards for Minden. Clock 33, 32, 31. What do you do if you're Jim Nolan here? This would be a 35-yard attempt if Paul Heath can put it through. How important in high school football to have the luxury of having a good place kicker. Heath missed earlier in the game, and this is what Minden's going to do. They are going to allow this clock to wind down. Right before they could take the penalty, they use all of the time. Philip Christensen looks at the official, calls timeout with 8 seconds left. What this is going to set up for Minden is a 35-yard field goal attempt by Paul Heath. It's on the hash mark, left side. 35-yard attempt. Both coaches out talking to their team. The Minden players encouraging Heath. Heath has made 6 field goals this year. You talk about pressure, Steve. When you're a senior, you're a kicker, you want an opportunity like this, and Paul Heath has it.
He's got it. He's got the distance. He's got the height. We just have to see if he hooks it again, if the wind has any effect on him on kicking that way. He's kicking with the wind, so here we go.
We'll see if Larry Frost calls a timeout. Nope, they're going to let it play. They will spot it down at the Wood River 25-yard line. Now from both ends on their feet. Christensen will hold the snap. Hopefully it's good for Minden. Big foot down. The kick by Heath is up. It's got enough distance. He got it! He got it! Paul Heath from 35 yards. And with 4 seconds left in regulation, Minden with a 17-14 lead.
Plenty of distance, plenty of height, dead set.
That kick would have been good from 50 yards. Paul Heath got every ounce of his 280-pound claim to that football. And it went soaring over that goalpost, which sits at the south end of Wood River Rural High football field. And with 4 seconds left, that is all what separates Minden from a date in next week's district championship.
Minden come back, played a solid offense, defensive second half.
Now they need to be careful here. Here is what the rule is. There is 4 seconds left. Minden, no doubt, will squib the kick. But the clock will not start until a Wood River player touches it. So it could roll forever. But as long as none of them picks it up, the clock would not start. If Minden kicks it deep to Wiles and Robinson and Johnson, they ought to lose because they need to just squib it. They kick it indeed deep. Wiles is going to let the ball bounce. He picks it up at his own 5-yard line. Tries to return. He's going to be stopped at the 10-yard line. And the crowd from across the way lets you know that the Olympics have come to Wood River. They jumped in the bus and came the 35 miles up Highway 10, then down Interstate 80, just west of Grand Island. And they have upset the Wood River Eagles 17-14 on a 35-yard field goal, which was good by Paul Heath. He hit it with 4 seconds left. It was a very good kick by Paul Heath. He kicked it over the Wood River defenders. They thought that he was going to squib kick it. He kicked it over Robinson's head. Wiles tried to fumble around with the ball, and Kai Costler was down there on the kick return, and he made tackle, and Minden has won this game, 17-14. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Whippet Football on KUVR.
Okay. What's that? Okay, what's that? Oh, yeah, he's going to have a heart attack. All right. He's going to be back here in just a second. I'm going to do the stat. He wanted a 2-minute break there. There he is.
Good job.
That was a great...